Hey everyone, FPS Chazley here. Welcome back to Coldwater's Epic Mod. Oh, I don't even remember what happened last time. I'm running around like a crazy man today. What did happen last time? Oh, we did the, how could I forget? The Red October stuff. The almost Red October stuff. Oof. Our orders, supposed to be doing stuff in the Danish Strait. Ugh. Who knows how long this is gonna last. Let's get up there then. We're gonna come stumbling across someone here. Headphones are not turned on. There we go. That's gonna be so loud. Okay. There's a battle group. I don't really want to die, so I'm just gonna kind of chill here. I still wish they would like draw out like what area they wanted to do this in. What? I call shenanigans. I put an enemy force moved through the area you were supposed to be patrolling. Oy. Alright, fine. Krasnaya Zvezda. Sarabama. Sarabama's done a lot. I don't know what I could add to that conversation. Alright, what do we got? Oh boy, Special Forces. Yoish. Enemy Special Forces plan to land at Andoya in the next week. Andoya? You were ordered to destroy them before they land. Oh, it's been a long time since I've done a Special Forces mission. Don't they usually get inserted by nearly impossible to find diesel electrics? ROE, warning yellow, weapons free on designated targets. What does that mean? Warning yellow. I've never seen it worded that way before. Alright, where the heck is Andoya? Pause here. I need to... Oh, there it is. Oh my god, is that them right there? Oh, you stay away from that battle group. No, that is not them. Okay, let's just camp it out. We're just gonna wait. This is probably them right here. Status report. Got all, oh yeah, we just re-upped. 4 moss. I thought I usually take 3. That's fine. We will not do all hands man your battle stations. We'll try this. See if it works. 357.
Contact bearing 263. Designated Sierra 1.
That's pretty deep out here.
Con sonar new contact bearing 246.
Make depth 150 feet. Dive high.
Okay, well, this is not our contact, but what do we got here? Wait, now it says 263. I'm confused. Maybe we didn't even have them on entry. This is not a submarine. It's a fishing boat, right? Alright, well in that case I don't really care. Where's the next track? Sarah 2. Yeah, here are your trawlers. Wait, what? Oh shit. I was like, why can't I? Oh, trawler is just right the other way from submarine. I should remember that. I had my fingers on the wrong keys. Oh, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Just pick one.
Sonar Sierra 2 is classified as merchant.
Con, dive at 150 feet. Dive high.
Oh, am I beneath the layer? Okay. Alright, we had them at 357 on the overview map, 352 or something. It doesn't look like we even detected them at mission start. So I may get impatient and just start pinging. It is spec op insertion. Does Epic Mod support 68 campaign? Yes, it do. Oh, the old 68 campaign. That's always a doozy. '68's like... I feel like conventional weapons in the early Cold War were not as good because everyone assumed everything was going to be nuclear. Like, the US didn't really start ramping up its conventional capabilities until, like, after Vietnam, right? 70s, late 70s. I'm reading a book about the Cuban Missile Crisis right now, and it says Khrushchev sacrificed their conventional forces to build up their nuclear forces. Alright, are we even, like, fully underneath this layer, 138 feet? Let's get down there a little bit more.
Make depth 250 feet.
Should be up
dive
this
by.
way somewhere, heading this way. Like, he should come through us, huh? There's the base. Ooh, that's interesting. Well, he was, like, up there on the overview map. Could he be going this way? Are they going to insert the special forces here or here? This is all good questions. Ambient noise is very low, so acoustical conditions could not be better. Conditions could hardly be more ideal. Oh, hello, Randy. I just recognized you. My apologies. It's been a long day. Ricardo Costa. I meant me deploying forces. Oh, okay. You don't think you've ever done a special forces mission? 68 campaign seems more fun. You're using old technology, so it's more challenging. Have you played 68?
250 feet. Dive by.
Have you tried to sink a November with Mark 37s? It's terrible. Turn north or east? Well, I don't want to turn north, because then I might lose them in the Toad. East seems counterproductive at the moment. I'm, like, seriously just about to go active. I don't know that I got the patience for this. I guess we can steam around a little bit here. Well, if we can't hear them, they probably can't hear me, so let's crank this up to 7 knots. Try and
Make turns.
pal around here a little bit.
Knots. Maneuvering aye.
But we might as well clear these baffles in front of us
Come
just to
right
make sure.
0.
If that's what you meant,
9,
Randy, then
helm
yes, sorry.
aye.
That is what I'm now doing. What are we drinking today? Same one I did last time. Flying Dog
Con,
Brewery.
helm, steady
Snake
course.
Dog IPA. With their beautiful beer art. And it's also possible they could be above the layer, too. Mark 37 is indeed very tiny. It's a swim-out torpedo. So, incredibly silent to shoot. But, very slow.
Make depth 100 feet. Dive by. Con, dive at 100 feet. Dive by.
Sipping coffee while watching the nuke guy. I was sipping coffee earlier. Alright,
Come left
try
2,
this.
2, 4, 2, helm aye.
They can't be going very fast. Our target, we would have heard something.
Con, helm, steady course.
And am I correct in that the TB-23 did not exist at this time? The thin line? I just have the TB-16, the fat line Toad. Alright, man. I feel like going active is that... Well, I don't think they're actually going to go all the way down there, are they? They're probably just going to head kind of this way. Alright, well, let's come out of hyperspace while I'm thinking here. Oh, get these all to active, please. That would be great. Excuse me. Ricardo Costa, when's the time to crank up the stereo and go active? Randy, active, go active. Alright, we're doing it. That's fine. Let's reel this in. Let's get beneath the toad. I'm going to bet they're beneath the beneath the toad. Let's get beneath the layer. So we're already kind of low a little bit, but we can start the action now.
Con sonar, switching to active search.
What's that one song? Ring my bell, ring my bell.
Con sonar, new contact bearing 188, designated Sierra 3.
Whiskey.
Con sonar, Sierra 3 is
Здравствуйте.
classified as submerged submarine. Come left 2.
How do you get inside of us? I don't understand. The initial contact was at 352. Alright, well, I don't think he has any standoff weapons. No, he does not. So we're just gonna kind of run up on him here.
Passive search. Make turns for 9 knots, maneuvering I. Make turns for 15 knots, maneuvering I. Con maneuvering, making turns for 15 knots.
One ping. One ping only, please. Now, if your head was right next to the sub's hull when a ping is released, your head will go bye-bye. I'm actually not sure what would happen there. I mean, granted, it's a ton of energy.
Contact. Sierra 1, last bearing. Con, helm, steady course.
On the order of kilowatts of sound energy. It would definitely, I assume it would make you go deaf. I don't know what else it would do. I'm sure it's been studied, but I have no idea. Alright, we're gonna steam up on this guy. And I guess every now and then we'll try and stop to listen. But we do actually need to get on this guy kind of quickly here. Because for some reason he's inside of me. He may not be actually as far away as we think. See, the active thing is dumb. Like, I should have gotten, like, an immediate fix on him. Why is it, like, ambiguous as to his range? Watch out, Speed. You don't want to damage your toad. Oh, yeah. Thank you for the reminder. Like 20 knots in the LA or something? This is like a dangerous waters thing to keep the toad out because it takes so long to push in and out. Doesn't really matter in this mod as much. It's almost instantaneous, so might as well pull it in case stuff goes down. I haven't lost a toad yet, though, so that's good. Am I doing an Iron Mode campaign? God, no. Haven't died yet, though. Machine Bratwurst Gewehr. What are you thinking about the new game from Killerfish Games called War on the Sea? I've seen it briefly. It could be fun to mess around with. Could definitely be fun to mess around with. All I've ever played with respect to World War II surface vessels is World of Warships. I never played their Atlantic waters or Pacific waters. Dimitri, I'm curious how much dB a subping puts out. That is a good question. I think, well, yeah. How would that convert to wattage? Or how would wattage convert to that? Yeah. Good question. And of course the dB matters like where you measure it from. The wattage is distance regardless, even though the density of that wattage spreads out, so to speak. 688 or 688i? This is a 688 Flight 1. What are the new naval games we're getting? I know we're getting sea power, but what else? Well, modern naval warfare, of course. tell me you haven't seen that. I did the first glimpse of that, and that video is somewhere around 68,000 views right now. And then we also got Blue Water, which is like sea power. I think Blue Water is actually trying to be like dangerous waters for surface boats in terms of that fidelity level. And there's a whole host of other World War II subgames which aren't really my fancy. I know how water converts to dBW at the source in air, put in water, and propagation in water is different. Oh, well, we're just talking about, like, dB at the source of the ping, right? Does that make it, make a difference for air versus water at the source? Search command naval power game and Google, your video's the first to show up. Really? Is that because you're subscribed to me? I know for like the silent service, I think my videos are the most popular, but I'm sure there are other people who have more popular videos for command in general. I didn't really like command. It reminds me too much of work. Just crappy interfaces and data manipulation. Alright, where's this dude? Maybe let's try and actually get a sniff.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering eye.
Okay, we've gone almost 2 miles since we started.
Contact on Sierra 1, bearing 3, 2, 4.
Give me that 7 knots, that's fine.
Make turns for 6 knots. Maneuvering eye.
Propagation from sound power to sound pressure is definitely different. Okay, yes. That I can... Yes, okay, that's... Now I understand.
Non-maneuvering. Making turns for 6.
It's much more efficient in water. Right. Ooh, the 2002 campaigns. Yeah, I never finished that South China Sea thing. Is that in here in Epic Mod? I never even, like, I kind of just stopped doing it. Never even, like, explained it. It was getting kind of repetitive, though. Alright, we're not hearing this guy. Let's actually try and get a ping fix on him again.
Con sonar, switching to active search.
Was I above the layer when I was pinging last time? He could be above the layer.
Con sonar, switching to passive search.
Make depth 100 feet. Dive I.
...2002 Epic Mod, NATO or Russian campaign. Quite funny. Quite funny. Air absorption. Oh god, that hurt. The thing I fiddle with is just like a bottle opener thing. And the corkscrew part hit like the top of my thumb. That hurt. Air absorption is quite high. I would assume it's lower in water. Curious how direct and diffuse sound fields translate to underwater, if they even exist underwater. Direct and diffuse sound fields. Okay, you lost me.
Con sonar, switching to active search.
Hey-oh, there you go.
Con sonar, regained contact on Sierra 3, bearing 1.
Con, dive at 100 feet. Dive I.
Con sonar, switching to passive search.
So this means we're picking him up right now. Oh, did he just go beneath the layer? Is this what's happening? He's like porpoising.
Make depth 200 0 feet, dive
Because
I.
we were just picking him up pretty well there. Supposedly. Drinking beer and hunting whiskey. Yes. Should be drinking whiskey. I get some pretty decent heartburn. Apparently whiskey is like almost as acidic as wine. So I'm like, well, normally when I'm at home, I usually drink beer anyway. As in with not when I'm not with the girlfriend. We drink sophisticated drinks. And all my liquor's packed up anyway for the move. Went a bit nerd mode. Oh, that's fine. That's why we're here. Don't worry. I should be able to understand what you're talking about. I never learned about that. Russians in O2 campaign of torpedoes that are made to shoot torpedoes. Oh, the anti-torpedo torpedoes?
Dive at 2-0.
The things that are really hard to make, but of course the Russians have them. Active countermeasures, as it were. Whiskey on the rocks. Chaz, are there any sound voice recording you did that aren't in the game? No, I think they all made it in. I didn't record anything. I only recorded what they wanted. I didn't like record stuff and then they picked from it, if that makes sense. I did it in my first apartment in my closet. I had all the clothes in there, so it was like a ghetto sound studio. All the clothes damp out the reverb, so I recorded all the sounds in that closet. But they applied effects to them anyway, because I think there was like varying quality. We were just hearing this guy, weren't we? Does this game model toad above and below the layer stuff? I'm having like a brain fart. So the ownership numbers mean like how I can hear them, right? And then contact is how he can hear me.
Con sonar, switching to active search.
Oof. Alright, well, I'm just about to like go flank and just drive up on this guy. We gotta get to him before he gets this done. I think he's still above the layer. No, he's pinging. We're getting returns. It's so faint. We gotta drive at least
Sonar,
probably 4 more miles.
On Sierra 3, bearing 196.
So like, doesn't this mean that I'm picking him up with this, or am I picking up his returns with that, or his pings? Direct sound is the part of the sound that travels directly to your ear without bouncing. Oh, okay. Diffuses the reverb. Direct sound field is where there's more direct sound than diffuse and vice versa. Okay. Oopsie. Don't need blah.
Con sonar,
He's pinging very
switching to
rapidly.
passive
All right.
search.
Oh, we need to run up on this dude.
Make depth 500 feet, dive I.
I'm gonna load up a Moss for whatever reason. Seems like we might want one to kind of
Come right to. Make
get his
turns
attention potentially.
5 knots, maneuvering I.
But we're gonna run up on this guy because
Con sonar, lost contact.
he seems to be making progress and
Maneuvering,
just be
making
really far
turns
away
for
from us.
5 knots.
That's actually, he was like down this way, wasn't he? Now he's over here. Let's run this way, actually.
Come right to 2. Make turns for 20 knots, maneuvering I.
I'll shake the man loose.
Con maneuvering, making turns
Whoa, what?
for 20 knots.
Okay, we actually have a new solution.
Make turns for 15 knots, maneuvering
Sounds
I.
like some Martian
Con maneuvering,
communication
making
or
turns
something.
for 15
Okay, we are
knots.
picking him up acoustically. Good, very good. Alright, perfect. Not a bad range either. He is pinging us, but not getting a return. Did we go down to 0 on all sensors so he wouldn't be picking us up? Let's actually do
Come left
this.
to 1. Make turns for
Need to
1
apparently go down to 0 on
knots,
all
maneuvering
sensors
I.
to lose contact, for him to lose contact.
10 knots.
Whiskey is a louder sub in the game, makes it like a ghost. Yeah, is it super loud at low speed, but like, or super quiet at low speed, but very loud at high speed? That's like Dangerous Waters reinforced alert
Con sonar lost
effect.
contact. Sierra 3, last bearing 197. Contact faded.
So is he speeding up and slowing down, or are we picking up his pings, and that's why we're getting contact from him?
Con, helm, steady course.
Okay, well, he should have lost contact to us. We actually need to keep going.
Make turns for 20 knots. Maneuvering eye.
Reel that bad boy back in here. Stay at standard for a second.
Make turns for 15 knots. Maneuvering eye.
Alright, flank it up.
Make turns for.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
Really? Okay, well, don't do that.
Make turns for.
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
Did someone make cavitation tables for this game? I know someone had for Dangerous Waters. I think he's going to the west. I think we'd originally had him like kind of this way. Let's see. Sailor 3 Whiskey 196. Sailor 3 Whiskey 197. 194. Yeah, he's going to the west, I think. Or at least maybe just straight in to the south, seems like.
Con, dive
That's
at
very
6,
rough
0,
estimation,
0
but he doesn't
feet,
seem to
dive
be
high.
displacing left or right in any kind of great fashion. Alright, we need to run this sucker down.
Make
Tell you
turns
what.
for 30 knots. Maneuvering eye.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 3, 2.
How do diesel
9.
subs work?
Contact
Do they work
faded.
like in World War II, that they travel on the surface most of the time and dive to attack a target, or do they stay submerged? They stay submerged, but they still have to go to periscope depth and snorkel when they run their diesels. So they just raise like, it's like when you're scuba diving, you got a snorkel that can breathe to the surface. So they don't have to surface anymore. That actually had already been invented by the end of World War II. Was that the German Type 21? Had invented the snorkel. I'm not sure if it was the first to use it, but I know it had a snorkel. And the Type 21 was the basis. I think the Soviets made like a copy of the Type 21. And that was the whiskey? I'm not sure. One of their boats was like more or less a copy of a Type 21. So just go southwest. Yep, that is my plan. But right now I'm just trying to close the distance. We're not really going to be getting any solution
Maneuvering. Making turns for
on him at this point.
30 knots.
Hello, Irvin. But yeah, so it doesn't really matter that the diesels don't surface. Okay, he's pinging us. That the diesels don't surface when they run the diesels.
15 knots.
It's just as loud. Alright, there's a torpedo.
Make turns for 10 knots. Maneuvering
Let's get a snapshot on him. Let's go active.
Con sonar, switching to active search.
Come right to 268. Helm eye.
Oh, he seemingly shot that torpedo way too early.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra.
Alright, we got a
2.
firing
Con
solution.
sonar, launch transient from Sierra.
Hello. And we'll shoot a shot, and we're gonna
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
rush up on him here, actually.
Con sonar, launch transient from Sierra 3.
Make turns for 20 knots. Maneuvering eye.
Con sonar, switching to passive search.
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 20 knots.
That active sounds weird. Alright, he shot from very far away. What did he likely shoot? 40 knots, 43 knots.
Con,
Okay,
fire control, we've lost the wire.
that's fine. I just wanted to get him running. We're just going to displace laterally and then try and swoop in here while he starts evading. Diesel subs were firstly made like a submersible boats, and then the Germans made in 1942 the Schnorkel, and was put on the Type 7 and 9, and then the Type 21 was made to be like a real sub and be submerged for the hull patrol because Type 21 had the Schnorkel. Shot by gun, hello. It has been a while since I've seen you. Nice to see you. It looks like an old German boat for sure. Oh, your English is impeccable, Bratwurst. I wonder how the American definition of Bratwurst holds up to German Bratwurst. Because I love brats. So yummy.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
Especially parboiled in beer first. Yum.
Come left
Alright,
to.
these torps are going to be super easy to dodge. He shot from really far away, but it's the AI. Excuse me.
Con, helm, steady course.
Active sonar ping if a US sub is around 175 dB to 225 dB at the source. That has a very large range. But yeah, that's insane. Isn't like a jet engine takeoff or something, or like a rock concert on the order of like 110 dB or something like that? So would it kill you just like the fact that like an explosion shockwave kills you? It's basically dB. It's a pressure wave, it's sound really. That shreds you up.
Con, sonar, Sierra 3 is cavitating.
Dimitri, if you're able to, how does that sound range compare to X distance from some explosive? Space shuttle's about 200 dB. Yeah, that's actually why they use all that water at the space shuttle launches, is to actually dampen that sound. You can actually kind of notice it on videos once it like clears the pad and it's no longer shooting its noise into all that water. It really gets really loud. Well, because like the shockwave of an explosion that kills you is really just like a sound pressure wave, right? So is it possible to look up what the dB of that would be? What the heck
Con,
torpedo is
sonar,
that?
lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 3, 4, 1. Contact faded.
Alright, we'll split the difference between these two torps. I mean X just as like variable X, like some distance from an explosion. What's the equivalent pressure wave in dB for an explosion? Like, is being near a sub when it pings like similar to being a couple of meters away from like a grenade going off or something? Or maybe like plastic explosives, because it's not the explosion from a grenade that kills you, it's the shrapnel. Oh, he's still pinging. They have the whiskey is quieter than in LA. I don't know if I agree with that. The whiskey is like 50s tech. It's a little ridiculous. Something is vibrating, some hard drive computer of mine. I got so many freaking little computers and hard drives going on around here. Some disk is spinning up. I thought there was some other boat that was like, is this it? I guess this is the one that's the copy of the Type 21, huh? It looks like blockier in game. They always look kind of smoother in photos, if that makes sense. Rounder. Maybe that's just because when you see them, you're thinking of World War II subs. And you're like, wow, that's really an improvement. El Whiskey Long, Ben. Plutony, medium frequency active. How far away is that torpedo? It's decently close.
Come right to 274. Helm I.
We'll be a little cautious here and give it a small profile to look at. I think we're fine though. You got 3 torps. And if we get lucky, our torp might get a lock.
Con, helm, steady course.
And if you wanted to be really bold in your snapshots, you could really just kind of have one torp go off this way, one torp go off that way to try and anticipate which
Con
direction
sonar,
they're going to run in.
noisemaker bearing 163.
About a mile and a half away, 3,500 yards. Oh, did my Mark 48 lock onto that countermeasure? That's crazy. That seems a little ridiculous. 3,500 yards. Alright,
Sonar,
we've evaded
noisemaker
that
bearing
guy.
1.
Come left to 187. Helm I.
What speed has he been going? 14 knots? Okay. We haven't... He's actually opened the gap because we've been running obliquely. Tango? Oh, Tango is kind of what I'm thinking of. Is that the direct copy of the Type 21? No, Tango's... I don't know. No. I know Foxtrot is newer than both. Which is the oldest one? Whiskey or Tango? I've looked it up in the copy of the German Type 21, the Russians the Foxtrot. Really?
Con, helm.
I thought the Foxtrot was newer after the Whiskey and the Tango. I don't think it's Foxtrot.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 160.
Dude, it would suck to be the special forces on this boat. It's like you're so close to this point, you're just about to get sunk by a torpedo. He has been putting out the countermeasures, though. Oh, he's on the angles and dangles right now, man. Sputicus, hello. I'm doing quite well. Oh, lost our solution. Threshold of death is about 185 to 200 decibels. Wow. Oh, there's Romeo too. According to Wikipedia's
Con sonar,
Whiskey Romeo
noisemaker
Foxtrot
bearing
Tango.
161.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I always forget about all those old diesels. Does anyone know in K-19 what the diesel boat they show is supposed to be? I know it's not a Soviet boat. But, like, is it like a British diesel or a Swedish diesel or something? What is the sub? What is that diesel sub they show in K-19? Then it's Kilo. Oh, you go from Tango to Kilo. That is quite a leap in technology. I wonder if they decided to, like, go back to diesel. When was Kilo commissioned and when was Tango commissioned? Like, was there a big gap between Tango and
Con
Kilo?
sonar, noisemaker bearing 161.
Because Kilo is like a vast improvement on Tango. Where's Tango? There's Tango. Yeah, look at that. Like, none of their diesels before Kilo even had, like, the full underwater hydrodynamic shape going on. They were all optimized for surface. Oh, guy who digs holes, to your point earlier, these older Soviet diesels would actually travel on the surface. They were geared for surface speed when they were running their diesels. Like Foxtrots would be on the surface running their diesels for transit. I'm not sure if stuff like Kilo would do that, or if they would just stay at I guess if they had to go fast enough, they probably would. I don't know. I'm not as familiar with diesel doctrine. Alright, we've passed all his torpedoes. Our guy is just kind of doing his thing. Hopefully it'll get him. Range is closing. We're kind of just chasing him down to this point. We can kind of just head right for him.
Come left to 156. Helm aye.
Kilo entered in the 80s. Yeah, that's what I thought. So did they like come back to diesels after like not making any diesels for a while? It would depend on how loud the source is and your distance from it if you would die. Well, of course the distance. I think we've been assuming that the person's like right at the bow, basically. Amount of dB in open air decays was 6 dB per double of distance. Okay. Kilo took the albacore shape. Yeah, that's the shape that's geared for underwater travel, whereas this shape is geared for surface travel.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 157.
Now we're just kind of trying to close the distance on this guy. Get in there to potentially launch another torp at him. Gotta wait to see what this guy can do. Hope it'll break to the port after this countermeasure, because that might be a game set match right there. Break to port! To port! Port! Yes! Get him! God, it's so slow. It looks like it's just like suspended in space. Oh, now it's cavitating. Oh, ignore the countermeasure. Ignore. There's a whole big sub right there. Now when it broke back to port again. I went down to that countermeasure. It's kind of weird how like the torpedo will see that this is at a different depth and then dive at an extreme angle instead of heading straight for it. Okay, well it broke back to starboard here, so we might actually get him. That was a drastic change in depth there. I wonder how many like shallow and dive cycles a submarine hull is rated for. I'm assuming infinite, or basically infinite.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 159.
I don't know. That's a good question. Son of a gun. What's our range? 9,000 yards? Let's see. Oh, Juliet. Ugh, what an ugly boat. Guess it is not very practical to fight with diesels below Iceland unless they have some sort of forward base. Tango, Whiskey, Juliet, Romeo. Diesels for defense and nukes for attack. And it's generally more a question of endurance and how far away your submarines need to operate. Sputicus just started using Epic Mod recently. It really breathed new life into the game. I wish they would make the American service campaign a bit easier.
Con sonar,
Yeah,
noisemaker
Sea
bearing
Power should be awesome.
158.
I wish it was multiplayer though. Because it makes sense for something like that to be multiplayer, because surface ships are usually in a formation. Whereas like Western submarines at least are always go by themselves. Diesel, littoral, and shallow waters protecting battle groups, intelligence mission. Any submarine trying to protect a battle group, from what I've read, is a... Oh, there you go, POW. Is a kind of a dubious proposition, because it's pretty hard to keep up with a battle group. Because you gotta stop and listen for a bit, then speed up and get back in front, and then stop and listen for a bit. Alright, well, we're done here, huh? The LA was supposed to keep up with battle groups, but I don't think it even really... a former submariner friend of mine, Bob, actually, E22SN, says they never liked having to be assigned for battle group escort duty. Vessels nearby. What? There's something else out here?
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering aye. Make turns for 7 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Oh yeah, I'm super glad they're making sea power. Blue water should be fun too.
Con maneuvering, making turns for 7 knots.
The Akula 2 was behind me. Well, unless they have a a time warp. I don't even think there's Akula 1s in 84. That was like the first year they were commissioned. Or sea trials or whatever. I don't even know there's Akulas in here. I think the Alpha is the baddest sub they got. Maybe Victor 3. I don't even know if Victor 3 is out of this time yet. Okay, it is. Sierra Mike. Oh, maybe Sierra. Sierra might be a little more imposing than an Alpha. Oh, they have Akula. This is like the very first year that Akula was ever run, though. I think that's an Epic mod thing, though. I don't think Akula was in here in the default game in 84. Do a crazy Ivan. There's a vessel nearby. That nearby thing is like within 20,000 yards or something, isn't it? We've only been seeing this guy. Let's come this
Come
way.
left 2080. Helm I.
Clear them toad baffles.
Make depth 400 feet. Dive I.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 1, bearing 346.
Wasn't DW where trawlers meant Akula? In the stock game, I think they made it that way on purpose, just to try and trick you. But it would always default to trawler if the first frequency was like 50. I think mods like RA and Lawami make that a little more clear. I think RA is the only one, but it has ghost contacts that can kind of imitate an enemy submarine, but it's not really anything. Just to kind of trick the player. Alright, we're going active.
Con sonar switching to active search.
Does it still say there's vessels nearby? What the heck? That's weird.
Con helm, steady course.
Con, dive at 400 feet. Dive I.
What's happening?
Con sonar switching to passive search.
This is very odd.
Make depth 50 feet. Dive I.
There doesn't seem to be anything else around, at least submerged, but it's telling me there's something nearby. Spraz, hello. I just sunk a whiskey on a special ops insertion. Thought he was riding solo, but apparently there's still some other vessel around here. We've been going active a lot, but no one else has seemed to care besides this whiskey. Do I use the sea lances at all? No, I don't. That's because they did not exist. I imagine if this war happened, they'd probably ramp up production for them, but I doubt the war would be long enough for them to even come into service. But yeah, so I handicap myself in that regard by not using the sea lance. Oh, it's a bright sunny day out here. What is that? Oh, that's a trawler. Thought something was burning. Well, it is burning. Oil's burning, but it looked like a ship was burning. Excuse me.
Make turns for 5 knots.
That's bright, dude.
Maneuvering I.
It's bright.
Con maneuvering, making turns for 5 knots.
Up scope.
wants to stop and take a peek, I have to do that. I don't think there's anything up here, dude. Is the game glitching out thinking there's still a boat nearby? It really seems like it's just this whiskey, man.
Downscope. Con, dive at 50 feet. Dive high.
Beer effects? What are the beer effects? Okay, now it says there's no vessels nearby. I really wasn't getting like a whiff of anyone else nearby, man. Could there be someone else out here? I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I just put it in? Wrong. Wrong wording. Pack it in. Should I stop? I really was not getting like a sense that there was anyone else out here. We just had the scope up. It didn't show any ESM. I'm about ready just to say this is good to go. We're done here. Alright, we're doing it. Oh, there's a second whiskey? Son of a bitch. Oh well. We got one. Excellent performance. Okay, cool. I don't know if that means that we sunk the one whiskey that had special forces, or if 50% is acceptable. But we did it. Yeehaw. Was there a contrail? Didn't notice. Hello, Navy Commendation Medal. You sunk half the boats. Congratulations. Alrighty, cool. Yeah, there's a sprint. Red sub sunk. Cool. Alright, to better plan for Soviet initiatives, Nav Ops have decided to insert a SEAL team by submarine in the vicinity of Arkhangelsk, where they will conduct intelligence and sabotage behind enemy lines. You must therefore infiltrate the area around Arkhangelsk and avoid detection at all costs. SEAL team is awaiting pickup at Holy Lock. Son of a bitch. Go from destroying an ASW patrol, or excuse me, a Special Forces insertion, to doing one ourselves. Alright, we gotta steam back for Holy Lock then. Also, like how you don't auto-fail missions if you only destroy most of the enemy force. Yes, that is very, very good. Karasi prayers. Yeah, well. What choice do we have? It's more like the White Sea, isn't it? Don't we have to go? We have to go in the White Sea, don't we? To get to Arkhangelsk. Alright, let's avoid that sub doing whatever it's doing. Oh, there's a battle group and a sub hanging out in the Greenland Sea. Where were those guys when I... Oh, they're going around that island. Russians captured Denmark. Yo, Jesus. That looks like a Hetzer. That looks like a German tank. Oh, we have to go in the White Sea, man. Punishing for only getting half the whiskeys. ASU 85. What is an ASU 85? Load Spec Ops. Do I have to unload something to load the Spec Ops? No, we're good to go. Oh god, I don't, oh my god, I don't have any reloads. That's right. Ugh. Does time advance? Time doesn't advance unless I pick something, right? I guess, should I bring just like 2 Moss and 2 torpedoes? Soviet airdrop assault gun. Interesting. Oh god, I haven't done one of these Spec Ops insertions in a while. You lose all reloads. Now it's always better to make things blow up, right? We'll keep 1 Moss and 3 Mark 48s. King Neptune, hello. How's it going, Mr. Sir? No Moss. All right. Let's see. How do I change this? There we go. All right. Vamos. Has anyone got the Anchors Away song to play? Bum, 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 bum. Stay away from them. I don't have the means to take on that battle group, and I'll get owned. Let's go this way towards Arkhangelsk. All right, it's enough of that. God, this is gonna suck. Sviatonovsky Golf. Oh God, bear. Oh, more bears. Oh, this is sketchy. We're going in the White Sea. Let's let that bear go by. Is that too close? Is someone gonna get angry that I'm here? Oh God, this is terrible. Oh boy, bear overflight, get in there. Unbearable. I was trying to think of bear puns, but for some reason I didn't think of unbearable. Mission deployment zone is nearby. Your orders, sir. Close 2. Does this affect special ops missions at all? Do I just always deploy to the distance they want me to? You know what? I gotta pump the bilge before we start here.